them as thumbnails for the YouTube videos, because I think having FS22 logos on them might draw more viewers. How's this looking? 19, 20, 21, 22. We've got one too many. Okay, that's good. So I did get one shot earlier of the Massey mowing. Not that we featured much of that, but it's a video. It's a shot I can control. Okay, that's 24. Ho, ho, ho. No, that's very bad. Ugh. Well, actually, okay. I think the plan here is not to put it up against the wall, and don't block the tanker in, because I've got 2 loads of milk that need to go down to the dairy at some point. So I think dropping them about here should be a good plan. And then let it roll forward as it unloads, and drive, and done. Alrighty, we can now jump into the Massey Ferguson, which is back here somewhere, get the rest of this field road. Guess I'm gonna go and do the other end. Really, the reason for doing this end first is because I've already got a clear row by the hedge. Whoa. That was loud. This thing doesn't beep, so not a thing I need to concern myself with. So yeah, the question is do I wrap the bales this game day, then we go through the night, then we have what's it? Then we go through the night and we do the fertilization tomorrow. Or do I think about just skipping to tomorrow, doing the fertilization, and then figuring out the rest of it? I mean, it's not going to take me 2 hours to do the fertilization, so I don't know. I guess we'll wrap the bales because I don't have any other plans today. And that should be good. Kind of thinking if I do the 3 rows here, then I can bale them and it'll create a little bit of space. Now what's she cooking? We did have a discussion this week on not eating all of the food in the house. Teenage Osa seems to have a little bit of a habit of eating everything, and then when you decide, oh, I'd like such and such, it's sort of, yeah, there isn't any. And you didn't know it because she didn't tell you she'd eaten it all. And I could buy sandwich rolls if somebody told me they wanted them. But no, she has the hamburger buns, the thin hamburger buns, which I tend to have chicken patties or hamburgers in. And yeah, I decided last week, oh, I'd like a hamburger. And oh, I'm not going to have a hamburger today. Well, maybe if I go shopping, I can have one tomorrow. It's just... why didn't I know we didn't have any? Or cheese slices. Yeah, I buy cheese slices, but yeah, it's sort of... I go shopping and get home, it's sort of, oh, you didn't buy any cheese slices? It's, I didn't know we didn't have any, because I don't eat them every day. But, you know, thanks for letting me know. I'll buy some next time I go shopping, which might be later this week, and it might be next week. Oh, and beeping has begun. There we go. No. Back. Ugh. So anyway, no idea what she's having for breakfast, but probably something I won't find out that we actually need some more of until, oh, we've run out and I've been shopping. I think 3 extra bales so far. I suppose we can go down here. I'll get the stretches of grass over there on the left that got missed, and we'll get that other piece that's just behind me on the way back to the pathway. Then we'll figure out the next thing. So this bit, that bit. I mean, I could end up going the entire way across the field, so I'm not going to. I'm going to get this long piece here. And we'll turn around and go back. That puts us approximately level with the entrance to the field, so that's good. So someone did bring out another version of this baler, which I haven't downloaded, but you do have the option of running it in, I think, Kuhn or Deutz colours. But we already have this one, so with equipment I tend to stick to what I have rather than try and introduce other new pieces. Okay, stop right there. We will turn off, no, stop, still. Raise the pickup, turn off the engine and get back in this thing. Oh, I left the engine running. Bad me. So now I can run around pretty much the rest of the field. We'll rake it all up and we'll be done with the rake. Yay. And I think the other show I tend to watch, Mandalorian Season 3 should be out beginning of March, I believe, and kind of running out of shows to watch on TV again, which I guess is a thing. Okay, I'm just going to go straight through here. Rake all this up. So I'm not going to get many bales. I mean, we've looked at, what, 2 at the top. There's probably another one in the baler. Plus the one we didn't pick up in the main rows. And we're probably looking at about 6, 7 bales total. Nothing big. Actually, I'm gonna not rake all of this up. I'll do like I did at the other end. We'll rake up the outside, bale it, and then come back and strip up the middle. So that's off, that's off. I'll turn the engine off this time. And that's good to go. We'll get this coming out here, or when we turn back down the field. Oh yeah, here. Okay. Well, that's going to roll away, but we are getting most of the grass at this stage. And we'll do a bale count at the end, I guess. This is actually Mrs. Osa's favourite job in Farm Sim. She doesn't play Farm Sim very often. But, running around baler is something she enjoys doing. Trying to think what mods have we seen this week? Oh, we did. I was talking about not weeders last week, hose last week, and I downloaded a pack of hose, and then I got distracted. So, weeders. So these things here, the care pack, these are actually hose. And the only hoe in game is this one, 51,000, it's 9 meters. But here we've got 6.5, 6, another 6, hose. Hose, that's also 6. So these will work where you're having second stage growth on your weeds and need to pull them. Now, I think, as I mentioned earlier, one of the things you can do to spoof precision farming is to run a weeder over the field so that you don't trash your crop, and then come back later with engine, go. Lower that, turn that up. Actually, lift it up, we'll keep it on. So you can come in, you can, you see the patches on that field over there. Base game, that is lower yield crop by a small amount. But if you don't want to damage the crop, you could, so long as you have a sprayer that has the spot and spray function, you can go into the field, you could run a weeder over it, which will pull all the weeds up. Or if you're at second stage growth, unfortunately, because we're using a direct drill, we end up with second stage growth weeds on our arable fields. So you would need a hoe, but you go out there, you pull the weeds, and then next day or later the same day, you go out with a sprayer and spray the field for weeds. But because there's no weeds, you won't have any crop damage, and so your yield shouldn't be bad, plus you'll maximize your environmental score by spoofing the game because you direct drilled. Same is true with plows. I think there's a help section on environmental scores. So as soon as we've done these rows, I'll pull that up. But the general idea is, if you plough the field, you're digging too deep, you're wrecking your topsoil, and that's bad. So big negative on your environmental score. If you're direct drilling, you're not using as much fuel to drag equipment around your field, so that's a good thing. So you get an environmental score bonus. Run this down to the bottom. And for the most part, that right hand side is just the wrong place sometimes. Okay, that is the raking done. We'll lock that down and I'll turn that off. So let us go to help. Farming basics, crops overview, improving yields, blah blah blah, plant expansion, precision farming, environmental score. So blah blah blah, maximum score of 100. Nitrogen. Where isn't there a little table? Oh, there you go. So that tells you where that needs to be. That varies by crop, soil types, general, blah blah blah, yield map. Weed control and spot spraying. I'm guessing it's on the website where it tells you how your environmental score is impacted by different things. Yeah. Okay, not to worry. Oh, and actually while we're there, 28 bales produced and we haven't finished, so let's finish that. So yeah, the idea is you don't do stuff that badly impacts the environmental score. Ploughing is a bad thing to do. Ploughing adversely affects your environmental score on tillage. However, if you plough the field and then direct drill it, it counts as being direct drilled, so you don't get the plough penalty, you get the full boost from direct drilling. But because you ploughed, you never get weeds, so you have to go back out onto the field with a weeder, with the spot and spray active, drive into the field and it will say, you have weeded this field with a spot and spray and there are no weeds on this field, I will give you 100% credit for it. So there are ways of gaming the system to boost your environmental score by doing the stuff that you want to do and then sort of doing the motions of doing the stuff that they want you to do. You know, it is what it is, but it's a computer program. I'm a computer programmer and this is what I deal with in real life. So, yes. That's the thing. And so you can either, you can play the game for rules' sake, or you can play the game as it's programmed and take advantage of stuff that technically you shouldn't be doing. They don't encourage you to do, but you can work around it. So that's the thing with weeders, is what I could have done is gone over those fields with a weeder, cleared off the weeds, and then driven into the field, spot and spray. No spray would be applied because, well, I didn't apply any, but all the weeds are gone, so my environmental score is boosted to full value. Okay. go back and get that bit. But that's why when you look at our new purchase field, it is brown when you look at the weed state on it. We go back there. This field is covered in herbicide, which is the weed thing. This part of this field was ploughed, so no weeds happened. So that's pristine. We're still at maximum environmental score for that section, just because we did drive a weed sprayer over it. But you can see where the weeds have grown here. Potentially that is a drop in in yield. And there's our bee thing. So I'm thinking of putting another bee thing down there. And similarly here, maybe one in that corner, maybe one down here. There's a tree there which gets in the way. But that bit there also ploughed, so no weeds grew. But because I direct drilled it, I get the maximum tillage score from environmental. So it's sort of, how do you cheat the system? Okay, I think there's the bits we missed with the rake going up here. There's a bit behind that bale to the right. And then there's two bits in the main field that we didn't collect before. None of these is going to add up to a full bale. But if we do the field at the top with our equipment, then it will benefit us in the contract. Anyway, grab that. And it looks like there is a patch right in front of me, just by the exit. I'll grab that too. And that is all done. We can be out of this field. I need to do something with those hay bales. I might have to sell some of them. Just a thought. Okay, you need to drop the bale off. Thank you. Okay, I will jump out of that very quickly, and we will service that. And it's still connected, so we can drive this back to the other farm. I'll get the herbicide unloaded, we'll load it in the fertilizer. Then I might drive back to this farm. And we'll do the fertilization backwards. Basically I'll fertilize the two fields on our cow farm, and then come back and do these two. Okay, where is the liquid fertiliser right in there.